Obviously, your bowl eligibility is still on the table, and the big South Carolina game's on the table, and being able to win both of these games is big for us and everybody that supports the program. So it's not like everything's lost because of we're not going to be in the ACC championship this year. Individually, just being able to compete the rest of the season and being able to show up and compete at a high level. Like I said, there's for the team, there's some things on the table still, and being able to finish the season out was pretty strong, and I feel like I've had a pretty good season thus far, and being able to say that I hadn't had a bad game is something I kind of take pride in, and I don't think I've had one yet. So hopefully we'll get in the third game. So being able to play 3 more games and play at a high level and do well is something I think individually I can do. That's another thing that people probably wonder is how you're going to even be able to play a game like Wake Forest after everything that's going wrong and go back on the road where we haven't won a game yet. But I think that especially from an offensive lineman standpoint, I kind of pride myself in being optimistic no matter what happens, and that's something that I feel like a lot of us have that, but you can go to a lot of places and that's not really a trend you see is being optimistic when things are going wrong. But I think being able to show up at Wake is something that if we can go in there and show up and just do a really good job of doing what we've done all season and play hard, I think it won't be a problem coming away with a win. But I think that it's going to take a bunch of us juniors and seniors picking the guys up that don't really understand what's going on, and kind of because we've kind of been there, especially my redshirt freshman year when Coach Bowden and everything wasn't going according to plan, and then Coach Swinney kind of steps in, and we finished the season off pretty strong. But that's not the case right now because we still have 2 games on the table, and we're 5-5. But being able to go 7-5 and get to a pretty good bowl game is something I think that is pretty. I'm pretty optimistic about. I would feel really good at finish the season off 8-5 with as rocky as things have been so far. So I mean, as hard as it is to move on after the frustration and everything that's been going wrong with the tough losses and the tough, everything that's happened, just being able to move on is something that I think that we can pride ourselves in doing. That would maybe be the case, but I don't really believe in that kind of stuff anyway. Obviously, when you rub Howard's Rock, it's a different mentality because it's obviously it's Howard's Rock and it's been here forever. But I think the Rocky on the road is kind of a motivational thing, and I think that whether we rub that thing or not, we're competing at a high level on the road, and we're just not. I think y'all have heard Coach Swinney say 1,000 times in and out is that we're not finishing, and that's just something that you got to do on the road, especially in a hostile environment like Florida State and Auburn, and anywhere we go, it's about the fourth quarter, and I think in every fourth quarter on the road we've been in a position to win the game, and I don't think that has a lot to do with that rock, but it's just minor things that have kept us away from doing that. Yeah, it's hard to be offended by something the coach does, but I'll say that it's not all the time. It's not you're not necessarily going to be happy all the time with when you're doing really well, and the coach might call something you don't like, but I mean that's a part of college football. I mean, I'm a 21-year-old, honestly, in some people's eyes, a kid, and seeing the things my way is a different thing than seeing it his way. And obviously, when we're doing really well running the ball and, we throw up a pass and the guy falls down and it's an interception, is frustrating for all of us. But at the same time, I was pretty confident in the fact that if Nuke hadn't slipped, that would have been pretty much a touchdown. So I'm not going to – I feel like they're, the best thing – they're doing the best thing they feel for us. They're not – I mean, obviously coaches want to win the game just like we do. So, if there's something in the game that he sees might work, he's obviously going to call it, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. So I'm right there with him. It's hard to comment on it because, I have faith in the coaching, and I have faith in everything we do, and like I said, it's just when we get down there, it's obviously frustrating when the ball's thrown sometimes and you can't get nothing out of it. But it's hard for me to really comment on the frustration of it. And I could probably sit here and talk to you for an hour about how I get frustrated, but I don't want to get into it. But that's just part of it. It is, being that they're a big rival in state, and that's all you hear about when they win a game. But as much as we don't like South Carolina, you still got to respect the fact that they're doing a really good job, and they're still doing what they're supposed. They're doing a really good job in their conference, and it would say a lot if we can beat Wake Forest, firstly, and that's most important right now, and then come in here and beat a good South Carolina team. And I think that would say a lot about this team, being able to finish on a strong note like that. And I think that it'll be even sweeter that they're good. I think that the better they are, the better it makes us look. So, that's the way I kind of look at that. And, from my standpoint, I'm happy for South Carolina, and I'll be happy when we beat them, hopefully.